The rain came down like shattered glass, sharp and relentless against the windshield of Aaron Miles's old blue pickup truck. He could barely see the road ahead through the torrent, but he had to make it home before the storm worsened. His 7-year-old daughter Sophie was waiting for him. She always did, sitting on the couch with her blanket, humming to herself as she watched the rain. It had been just the two of them for 3 years now, ever since Sophie's mother passed away. Life wasn't easy, but Aaron had learned how to carry on. But that night, as he turned onto the lonely stretch of road leading to his farmhouse, the headlights caught something, a figure, drenched, stumbling along the roadside. At first he thought it was an animal. Then, as he slowed down, he saw her. A woman, in a cream-colored business coat, soaked through, holding one broken heel in her hand, the other still on her foot. Her hair was plastered to her face, and her eyes, tired but wide, met his through the rain. Without hesitation, Aaron stopped and got out. The storm wind slapped him instantly, icy and furious. He ran toward her, shouting over the thunder, "Ma'am, you can't walk out here, it's dangerous." She looked at him as if unsure whether to trust him, but her knees gave out before she could respond. He caught her before she hit the mud. That was how it began. The night a single dad took in a stranger from the storm. If you believe in kindness, in helping strangers and giving second chances, then take a moment right now to like, comment and subscribe to Touch of Kindness. Your small act of support helps share more real and heart-touching stories like this one with the world. Aaron carried the woman into his truck, laid her gently against the seat and turned the heater up. "You're freezing," he muttered, handing her his jacket. She didn't say much, just nodded faintly. When they reached his farmhouse, Sophie ran to the door, eyes wide. "Daddy!" "Who's that?" she asked. "Someone who needs our help," Aaron said softly. The woman introduced herself after she'd had a warm shower and a change of Sophie's late mother's old clothes. "My name's Helena," she said quietly, sitting near the crackling fireplace, a steaming cup of tea in her hands. "My car broke down on the highway. I tried to call for help, but my phone died." Aaron nodded, setting a plate of stew in front of her. "You can stay the night. The storm's not letting up any time soon." Helena looked around the small but cozy farmhouse. Everything was simple, wooden shelves filled with books, a few toys scattered near the couch, framed photos of Sophie and Aaron smiling together. There was warmth here, the kind she hadn't felt in years. "You live here alone?" she asked softly. "Just me and Sophie," Aaron replied, glancing toward the girl now drawing by the fireplace. "Lost my wife a while ago." Helena looked down at her cup. "I'm sorry," she murmured. "That must have been hard." Aaron shrugged, but there was a shadow behind his calm expression. "It was, still is sometimes. But she taught me something. Never stop being kind, even when life isn't kind back." Helena didn't say anything after that, but her eyes glistened slightly in the firelight. The next morning, the storm had passed, leaving the world washed clean. The sky was bright, and the air smelled like new beginnings. Aaron found Helena standing by the window, staring out at the sunlight reflecting off the wet grass. "Truck's fixed," he said. "If you want, I can drive you to town." But she hesitated. "Would it be all right if I stay just one more night, just to rest a bit?" Aaron smiled. "You can stay as long as you need." Over the next 2 days, Helena helped around the house. She cooked breakfast, read to Sophie, and even helped Aaron mend a loose fence post outside. She laughed once, just once, and Aaron realized he hadn't heard a laugh like that in a long time. It wasn't the polished, social kind. It was the kind that escapes when someone forgets. They're broken. But something about Helena didn't add up. Her coat, even though soaked, was expensive. Her mannerisms refined. She wasn't just any traveler. One afternoon, as she hung up laundry, her phone, now charged, rang. She froze at the sound. Aaron saw her face change, the peace fading instantly. "Yes, this is Helena Ward," she said, her voice suddenly sharp, authoritative. "Tell the board I'll be back Monday." "No, I don't need the driver. I'll handle it myself." Aaron raised an eyebrow. "Board?" Helena sighed. "I suppose I should tell you, I'm the CEO of Warden Technologies." Aaron blinked. "You mean the big tech company downtown? The one that just built that glass tower?" She nodded. "That's the one." He chuckled softly. "Well, you're a long way from glass towers now." Helena smiled faintly. "Yeah, I think I needed to be." That night, after Sophie went to bed, Helena found herself sitting on the porch with Aaron, listening to the crickets. The air was calm now, the storm only a memory. "You know," she said quietly, "I spend my days surrounded by people, but somehow I've never felt lonelier. Everyone looks at me like a machine, like I can't break. But that night, when my car stopped and I stood in the rain, I realized I already had." Aaron looked at her, his eyes soft. "Maybe you just needed someone to remind you what real life feels like. The kind where you burn your toast and forget the laundry because your kid wanted to dance in the kitchen." Helena smiled through tears. "You and Sophie, you've given me something I didn't know I was missing." For the first time in years, she didn't feel like Helena Ward, CEO. She just felt like Helena, a woman who wanted to breathe again. The next morning, Aaron and Sophie walked her to her car. The roads were clear now, the world bright. "Thank you for everything," she said, kneeling to hug Sophie. The little girl smiled and slipped something into her hand, a drawing of all three of them standing under a rainbow. "That's us," Sophie said proudly. "'Cause Daddy says storms don't last forever." Helena's voice cracked. "No, they don't," she whispered. As Helena drove away, Aaron felt a strange emptiness settle in his chest. He didn't know why. Maybe because, for a brief moment, it felt like his house was whole again. Days turned into weeks. Life went back to normal, or almost. One afternoon, Aaron received a letter in the mail. No return address, but inside was a note in elegant handwriting. "You gave me shelter from more than just a storm. You reminded me what it means to be human again. I hope this helps you the way you helped me." Inside was a check, enough to pay off his farm mortgage entirely. He stared at it, stunned, then folded it back into the envelope. He didn't need her money, but he understood the meaning. It wasn't payment, it was gratitude. Months later, while taking Sophie to a local science fair, Aaron froze when he saw a familiar face on stage. Helena Ward, dressed simply, was giving a speech about empathy and human connection in leadership. When she saw Aaron and Sophie in the crowd, she paused. For a moment, her voice trembled. "Sometimes," she said softly, "the greatest success isn't in what you build, but in the people who remind you why you're building it." After the event, she walked straight to them. Sophie squealed and ran into her arms. "You came back," Helena smiled. "I told you storms don't last forever." She looked up at Aaron, her eyes warm. "I meant to thank you properly. I didn't know how much one act of kindness could change a life." Aaron shook his head. "You don't owe me thanks. You just needed a place to be human again." She looked at him for a long moment before whispering, "Maybe I need that more than I thought." From that day on, Helena became a quiet but steady presence in their lives. She would visit often, sometimes for dinner, sometimes to help Sophie with her school projects. Slowly, without words, something gentle began to grow between her and Aaron, a bond built not on power or pity, but on the quiet understanding of two souls who had both weathered storms. One bright Sunday morning, Aaron found Helena standing in the garden, watching Sophie chase butterflies. He walked up beside her, his hands in his pockets. "You look different," he said with a smile. "Happier?" She nodded. "Maybe I finally found the thing I was missing." Aaron tilted his head. "What's that?" Helena looked at him, her eyes soft and full. "Home." The wind carried her words across the garden, mingling with Sophie's laughter. For once, the world didn't feel heavy or broken. It just felt right. And sometimes that's all kindness really does. It turns a stranger into family and a storm into a new beginning. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Touch of Kindness. Leave a comment below to remind the world that compassion still matters, that one act of kindness can change everything. Special request: comment below with the words "Kindness never fails" if you believe every storm can lead to a beautiful sunrise.